Once you're aware, you're conscious. So no mantra cannot start without intelligence. So that's the one thing that you start first. Then afterwards, we call in the deity. The deity represents the qualities, the godlike qualities, the virtues that you want to call in and bring into your being. So that's how it works. It's not just merely looking at stone or anything in particular and calling it like because of an image. But if you don't understand the symbolism behind the image that you are praying or calling to, you don't really get the essence of that particular practice in its effectiveness. So it doesn't get to integrate with your being. So if you don't understand the symbols that you're whatever you practice, whatever spiritual practice that you're trying to achieve, if you don't understand the symbols in front of you, or if you don't understand the mantra or the prayer that you're praying, and you can't connect with the process because it was taught to you purely by memory without understanding, then the effectiveness kind of dissipates. But if you understand the symbolism of the icons that you're trying to focus on and the vessels, which is the any kind of vessel that you're trying to put your focus on, and then you understand the mantra and the prayer, and then you also know what kind of virtues you want to call into yourself, then when it comes together, it becomes who you are. So the whole purpose of mantra chanting is to embody what you want to be. So in terms of God, gods, goddesses, deities, elemental spirits, okay, that's what they embody, the divinity or the divine. So that's what you're trying to call in from within you and to manifest outside this reality. To who you become is more important rather than your membership to any affiliated organization. Who you become is more important. So your practice